This fucking camera is getting on my nerves, but hell fucking yeah. Showtime. Jesus fucking Christ, that sounds like Jerry Maguire. Well, I wanted to share a selection of personal favorite bars, words, lyrics, choose your fighter, off of Cleaving Circuitry Conceives. I started with, the first one that I just thought of was Head in the Game, the Pussy, the Plays. I like it very much because the more you go into it, it actually means several things. It's a multi-entendre. Well, if you take number one, I am the leader, the founder. I don't really like saying leader or CEO. I think the game domain is kind of a team effort, so I say head, you know, having my head in the whole thing. But that was the first meaning. I am the head in game. Two, yes, it do mean that. It's a euphemism that I made up. And I really like that stuff. I do. Three, I thought that head in the game was a cool phrase. You know, it's a phrase you use in sports when someone is concentrated, they're focused, right? That applied to me because when you then take number four, I have my head in the music game, or at least like the music that I make, you know? I'm very passionate about what I do. I love it very much. I put my heart into it, so I have my head in the game and I'm making the right plays. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 meanings. That was what I at least thought. Dissect podcast might even have a fifth meaning that I didn't even think of, but that was my meanings. Well, join me while I think of some bar. There's too much to choose from. I sit back dazed, decode bullshit like malice. I am a huge Clips fan, and one thing that I noticed through their Let God Sort 'Em Out rollout last year was that Malice would have this thing during interviews where he'd be very focused and he'd like look with heightened concentration and kind of stare down people. Sometimes if he was skeptical or he was just like paying his full attention and listening intensely. But Big Boy called him out on it, on Big Boy's Neighborhood, and said it's kind of scary. But I thought like that's the perfect reference to talk about having that, you know, like that cartel glare, that lie detector, Tuco Salamanca, like that I'm seeing through your bullshit stare. Because when he would do that, it would be kind of intimidating because he was really reading people. And I think having that kind of stare, you're definitely reading something when you're that focused. And yeah, I thought it was the perfect simile to make a stare like Malice. You should go watch it. It's kind of funny. I'm getting it up here. I have another one. I think, in Slug Big Draw, I say, convert live speed to waves. Sorry, seismic. I love that one because waves and seismic, of course, is like seismology when you measure the waves of earthquakes, right? Earth. Well, convert life XP to waves. That was basically me saying I convert experiences and observations and thoughts into waves. Music is waves, sound is waves. So I am sort of seismic because I'm converting into waves and I'm reading the waves and translating them. I like that one. The last one for now, I could go for an eternity, right? But it is an example of something that I love to do. I love doing compact lines, packing as much into few words as possible. Really like saying something concise but meaningful. I can do huge build-ups to a climax, pause, like I do on Tasha Savannah, building this storytelling, this huge like build-up, right? A bunch of lines building up one cohesive point. But in that same song, actually, I do this line, multiverse, lost in thought of what you could have done. It's one of the last lines. And it essentially plays on multiverses, right? Alternate realities. Every time you choose an option or don't choose one, there's an alternate reality where you did the opposite of what you did. And lost in thought of what you could have done is essentially just contemplating or grieving or like regretting that you didn't choose an option. So you're wishing you were in the other multiverse where you did the opposite of what you did because you regret your actions. And I love that one. It says a lot in few words, but it makes perfect sense.